funnels in front of us.
A lot of like top 3 drinks water. I went like 3 bottles. This is Joe with 2 letters.
Hey, what up, Daniel? How you doing? There's a button checker. They're getting into it. Oh, they're just immediately getting into it. Yeah. 9A into weapon arts again. Yep. I love it. Gotta love it. That was a really nice challenge. Something that we didn't see BTD do too often here. You can challenge Maxi after that as long as he's not going to use. Look at that. Boom. Yep. Nice challenge. As long as he doesn't have meter to use any AGIs, you can 100% challenge him. Specifically for Heaven's Guard, I should. Ooh, gets the perfect. I like the challenge mainly on that situation after 9B. That was the main thing I wanted to talk about that round. I've seen a lot of these matches at least once. Uh-oh. Ooh, Joe waking up with the big buttons. Does not want to deal with any maxi pressure instead. Oh, whoa. I don't know what that retracking was because that is 100% a vertical. Look at the step here. Wow. That's gifted. That's some gifted ass shit. Hell yeah. Goes for 1A twice. Joe is actually pressing far too often and getting kind of smoked for it in like a lot of these situations. Again? Oh, it doesn't go for the challenge that time.
No, sir.
I think after the challenge the first time, Johow was ready for it and he was like, yeah, I'll just AGI then. Fuck you. Again, Joe really likes backstep into weapon arts. Trying to catch a whiff there. Uh-oh. Oh, okay. Oh my gosh, Joe, please. I mean, to be fair, these swords are getting him in and they're not getting him punished. But if they were getting punished, that's minus 20. That's a whole lot of damage. Johow does not like getting thrown. So a lot of his options whenever he sees his opponent run up to him, and I think Joe probably saw this earlier in the tournament, is either jump attack or duck. So here he just runs up. After this, he says, oh, that whiffed. Cool. Full send it. Johow ducks. Doesn't use it. Okay. Now here's the thing. He ducks. So he gets lethal hit. Right? But if he had to use the jump attack, Joe could have seen the jump attack. So this is still a pretty bad situation for like his 2 like more common options as the player. And then just did 3BB without a charge. Right? But here he goes for a charge because he sees the lethal hit as a confirm. Pretty nice. And because of the lethal hit confirm, he's dead. I think 3BB, 66B would not have killed if it was a jump attack. I'm almost positive. Ooh, that's a punish. Oh, did I actually turn the volume down? I did. There we go. You know, I don't remember Joe using that move too often versus Yoki. I think it might just be because she step blocks so much, but she also steps a lot, right? So full crouch 3A is pretty good. I'm sorry. Yeah, full crouch 3A. Full crouch 3A? I think that's what that move is. It's not wall rising it. Oh, nice punish. It's not like a launch combo or anything, but it's good damage. Ow. Plus on block. You think you're gonna move at plus on block? Come on now.
What is actually happening right now?
It's a significantly bigger punish against Johow. So I don't know if using 66A plus B to get in is good against Johow. I don't think it is. And it's only because of the fact that very nice finally catches someone with one of those, right? The backstep into the force a whiff for the sword art. Uh-oh. Yeah, and then uses the slow charge and retaliation right back, right? But he's out of the range. That really sucks. So he doesn't even put himself into a situation where he's plus. Yeah, and just... I think, like, I won't even fault... one sec. I won't even fault Katana Prime for saying what a call out. You know, you do got to be the hype commentator, the calm commentator. That's fine. But I mean, it was kind of an obvious situation that Joe was going to go for some sort of defensive option there, and Johow was just waiting for it. He was just sitting there waiting. He was vibing. He was chilling. Boop. Oh, goes. You know. Okay. So I'm going to be real here. I think, if I'm not mistaken, full crouch 3B, 6B, whatever I got. Right there, whatever hung out. But I don't think Joe was actually prepared for it to fully whiff and go over his head and send him behind. Okay? So I think that he might have got the miss input when it came to that full crouching B. I don't think he wanted wall crouching B at all. Yeah, it's bigger damage versus Maxi. I don't know if that's the smartest thing to do, but at least this time he actually gets his auto GI. and he's staying in spear. I think he just doesn't want to deal with possible maxi loops and shenanigans, right? So if he stays in spear, he can just like call it out with a spear art at some point. Yeah, see, he tries to do it there. I think spear art might lose the highs.
What's the button here?
Both go for B. Oh, nice. Oh, gets out of there. Scot-free, baby. He doesn't have to deal with anything.
So we take that. Oh.
I think he did that knowing. I'm almost certain that he did that knowing that if there was a potential sidestep again, right? So this time instead, because he realizes that he is in a pretty disadvantageous situation. Let me hit pause. He's in a pretty disadvantageous situation after being pushed back to this range versus Aswell. So I think he goes for a backstep, hoping that Joe will immediately 6-6 A plus B, right? Because from this range, 6-6 A plus B is not going to hit if you're backstepping. But you know what will? That. Joe called that shit out clean. You're already minus. You're minus on hit, right? Because that was on hit, not on block. I believe you're -6 on hit of a soul charge. Like if you get hit by a soul charge burst, you are -6. So that makes that sword art. I think sword art is I-22. That makes that I-18, which is fast enough to catch a backstep because backstep is -20. For anyone who does not know, backstep is -20. Ooh, Joe kind of just ran a train that run. I don't really have too much to say. You know, it feels better getting in against a character that doesn't have a huge punish against you with 6-6 A plus B. It feels significantly worse here, but I think Joe makes it work, right? Especially because he had that soul charge. He had 2 soul charges, as a matter of fact, right? He still has another bar to play with here. I don't think he'll use it. I think he's going to attempt, yeah, I think he's going to attempt to just run an Oki train and not have to use it. But even if he does have to use it here, right? He's totally A-okay with that. Oh, like I said, if he has to use it there, he's totally A-okay with it. Again, you know, that was an interesting challenge from Johow because like I said, this bubble is fucking plus on hit. So you are -6, my man. You are -6 against God Mode Aswell. What are you going to challenge with here? That looks like a 2B to potentially maybe beat an AA, but I don't even think AA would hit from that range. 6A would? So maybe he did that 2B to challenge a 6A or like a full crouch 3AA. That's the only thing I can think of. Because otherwise nothing hits, and then you just get okied out of the game there, right? Joe has no meter to Johow's full meter. Johow's full meter. But I mean, once again, just doesn't even actually take a punish there. I don't know if maybe at max range that's not -12, and Johow knows something I don't. I assume that's actually -12 all the way through, no matter where you are. You know, I'm gonna be real. Chief. After this, when he whiffs this 9A, that's a CE punish. As soon as that auto GI goes away, you can mash CE. I don't know if Johow was just too afraid to challenge with the CE, but that was a CE punish. Instead, he goes for a 6A to try to build space. Joe is already ducking and gets a pretty good punish for his troubles. Yeah, he might not have any meter to win the round, but he has a whole lot of screen behind him, right? He can start backstepping if he really needs to here. It's looking like he wants to scrap it out. Yeah, he sure did. He wants to scrap it out. But he had all that ring stage. He had all that ring behind him while Johow was stuck in the corner. He had to fight his way out of that corner. And Joe banked on that really well. Uh-oh. They got back into it way too fast for me to try to skip ahead. There we go. There we go. Oh, the clash? And then the anti-air coming from that, yep, again, you know, Joe calls out Johow very well with these backstep weapon arts, backstep sword art specifically. Yeah, I would have held it too, even if Maxi has that, right? Because if you hold it and then you get hit by only the last hit, you still gain the meter from the first 2 hits, which is ultimately probably what Joe was looking for there. I don't think he was looking for a way out. I think he was looking for meter. And there's some more. So that if he needs to here, he can actually soul charge to close out the round. I believe he's going to want to win. Yeah, he's going to want to win without it. But if he had to, at least now he has the bar for it.
He was that close. Oh my God. HyruleHeroJoe beautifully spaced. I don't know if it was intentional, but in the Bible.
I like this. I really like this, right? Joe has made it obvious in a lot of these bigger plus firm situations, like +6, +8, that he wants to go for a mix up. Right, and here's that big plus firm situation. And then, or maybe it's not a big plus firm situation actually. It's not too much plus firms actually. believe that's actually disadvantage.
Oh my God.
Hold on.
HyruleHeroJoe.
I gotta look at that again. What just happened?
I don't know if it was
That's actually disadvantage. I'm not entirely sure why he goes for a muscle buster. I believe Maxi's plus there.
the FGC. We take those, baby.
Did not challenge the loop, right? I think Aswell actually gets C either.
Okay, Hyrule just throwing out a bunch of moves. I don't know if he's trying to scare him, but Joe is definitely not impressed, bro. Not in the slightest.
Yeah, look at him playing super patient. This is not something you expect to see out of Maxi, and that's why I said Joho's super clean. I really like how clean Johow, or whatever his tag is. I like how clean he plays, right? He takes his big openings when he can get them, and then when he can't get his big opening, he just plays small, right? Look at that. That string again, that slightly plus into a 2A, and not taking too much big plus for. Oh my Jesus! Oh my G! Johow refuses. He's like, I don't want to get hit by Muscle Buster here. Please leave me alone, right? Even on a hit, he's like, don't touch me with Muscle. Again. There's good enough callouts from Aswell, right? You can still get 3BB non full charge, I think, and then 6-6B because he's already airborne. Again, right? Johow loves that jump B to not get thrown, not get hit with look. Joe hasn't really needed to call it out thus far. It hasn't really lost him too many rounds. It's like kind of fine. I understand why he's still just like enacting his normal game plan, because his normal game plan has them at 1-1 in set count and him with more meter in a round 3 situation. Significantly more meter, right? Oh, thought he could get a loop there. No, sir. Yeah, the commentators are screaming because what just happened here is that Heaven's Guard beats horizontals. And I believe this burst is considered a horizontal. I believe that Soul Charge is considered a horizontal. So what happens here is there's no pushback because of it, but he gets through it free. Oh, there was pushback. I was incorrect. So he gets through it free, but Joe's just going to call it out with an RI himself. And the cool thing about that RI is it's for free because you're in Soul Charge. So it's totally free to use. Maxi has to go for a break attack there. All characters, right, have to go for a break attack. If they don't, you can just RI for free.
So insane. Get some close. We'll find out right now, Maxi. Will you answer the call? Beyblade, I'm in. Still my turn. Right.
I love it. I love it. I love it. So this doesn't work out for Johow, right? This doesn't all work out for Joe, but what Joe does here is he uses a -12 move. And he knows that the last time Joe used a -12 move, he didn't punish it. He did not punish AA last time. He tried to go for a counter hit situation. So instead of punishing it with an AA, he attempts to get bigger damage by going for something that calls out crouch. Because if Joe crouches here, knowing the AA might be coming late, or another option might be coming, so he does a crouch to get around it. Boom, get smoked. But instead of getting smoked, Joe holds steady and it takes a whole host of damage here. Jesus.
That was so dirty. 2-1. 2-1.
All because he just wanted more damage instead of taking his punish. I would have, like, to be fair, Maxi has pretty good mix-ups after his punish. You can just AA and then block. AA use the B option or AA loop, right? So if you just AA and then do nothing, and Joe goes for the auto GI after, you smoke him. And it's a final round situation. You still have another bar. He had 0. Nice. Does not go for some sort of like a wall rising B plus K as a launcher. I would have. I don't know if it's full crouch B plus K or if it's a wall rising B. Not sure. But Maxi does have a launcher out of full crouch. Nice. Just boop, knock him out of the ring.
Did you see the finesse though? He just went boop, boop.
There's been a whole lot of situations where Joe's been on the wall and goes for reverse sledge, so I could see Johow calling that out. That makes sense. Once again, super duper powerful sequence from Aswell players. I've seen so many Aswell players go for this sequence. It's so fucking powerful, right? Maybe not 9A, but some vertical, some horizontal, apologies, some horizontal to catch the opponent, stepping, start of round, boom, right? Then another horizontal to catch your opponent, stepping, start of round, boom. Then one more as Oki, whether it's the 3B, for Oki purposes here, he gets the dash forward. You should do 6-6B, not 3B, by the way, or the Muscle Buster. And he kimmied, so that Muscle Buster was pretty free. Joe kind of just made a mockery of the first half of his life bar that round. Like, oh, see, look at that, right? I think after this, I don't think Aswell's plus, but it's pretty decent frames. So maybe he assumed that he was going to go for a 1A here. Right after this, right here, I think he assumed that Aswell, that he was going to go for a 1A or a 2A. So instead he goes for a jump and that, you know, Joe calls it out with the 3B. I really like that. Ooh, Johow drops his combo for a mix-up. Maybe hoping that Joe's gonna go for spear art, but I don't think he has it there. Oh, let go of reverse ledge a little too early. You know, I think that's reverse ledge unsafe to Maxi too. I think Maxi does actually get to trigger the reverse ledge clash.
Come here, step into my office.
Whoa, whoa, pain train. Yeah, the same thing you just did to Johow is doing right back to you.
Get out of this.
Again, oh my gosh, all of these backsteps. He's really just assuming that Joe's gonna go for 6-6 A plus B here. He may have watched too much of the set versus Yoki and just assumed, yeah, he's gonna Beyblade his way in. Again, gets called out on the backstep by the B plus K. Jesus, another weapon art. Two of them things. Oh my, no, lordy, goodness gracious. Okay.
If it works,
Okay.
absolutely. I don't care if it's
Here's the thing. Look at Joe's life bar. You can CE punish weaponer on block. So Johow is very liberal usage of movement, which I'm sure Joe knew, right? Let's be real. Johow moves a lot. And HyruleHeroJoe wanted to call it out. And so I can't be upset with him for going for a huge full screen call out option on backstep right here.
Oh, does not hold that block button down.
But if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So when he goes for it again here, it also makes sense, but it just makes me fucking mad. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? It's fine, but it's so dangerous to do that here. If you're not fully prepared for the consequences, you die. Maxi has a meter.
why not?
It worked out, but Maxi has a meter there.
Absolutely. I don't care if it's one button.
And it would have killed.
HyruleHeroJoe
Oh, again, not going for a punish, trying to get bigger damage off of it.
and the poise, the experience.
He's shown that he's willing to punish it the first 2 games, and then ever since he just refuses to punish and he's just letting Joe run away with everything.
He's styling.
Wait, he got
It might just be like nerve setting or something, I'm not sure. Boom, nice. Okay, so he does get a mix up here. Yep, Joe did not get up, which means he doesn't get something big. I think he was hoping that Soul Charge didn't run out, because if Soul Charge hadn't run out here, this was a wall splat right here. Boop, boop, boop. That would have been the lift break attack kick, but instead he gets that, and
has no
Oh, he
option.
didn't have
it's a pretty bad
so much.
situation. Yeah.
It would have lifted him up and possibly rung out, but he ran out of meter.
Oh no, the clock not in his favor. Still has an opportunity.
Again, Joe went for a backstep again there, but he did a step block in a situation where he was fine too. Well, Joe still closed it out, but I like this situation here more, right? He does go for a backstep, you can see it, but then he step block. Right, so the option there does finally get averted. He does not crank on step, he does a small step block.